The April mystery drop is almost here. We've made you guys wait pretty much an entire month for this. It's the biggest and best selection of watches we've ever had for a mystery drop. Obviously in this video, we're going to run through all of the brands in each category, the tier 1, the tier 2, and the brand new vintage only category. There's a few things that I have to explain before we get into every brand in each category. These mystery drops are designed to be the best way to grow your collection. Everyone has an equal chance at pulling one of the luxury pieces because it's completely random what you receive. We spend an entire month going around loads of different events, meeting up with traders and inviting people into the HQ to buy watches off them to be able to secure enough pieces for each category. There's always affordable and luxury pieces in the mix. We try and get as many watches as possible to match the value of each category. So for example, the tier 1 box, we try and get as many watches in there to match the value, which is £69. But there still has to be affordable watches in the mix as well, like Casios, like a Loris, like a Seconda, like a Seiko, like a Timex. But there is also 25 luxury pieces in the tier 1 category that anyone could receive. It's completely random. That's the only way we're able to host these drops. We try and be as clear and as transparent as possible in every video that we post, and also on our website as well, explaining how these drops work. It's not like you're guaranteed one of the luxury watches. You've got an equal shot at pulling a luxury or an affordable piece. Now, I do believe, with my hand on my heart, that this is the best selection we've ever had for a mystery drop. I've really went back to the drawing board to put together the best selection possible in each category. I think the luxury watches are the best we've ever had, and I think the affordable ones are the best we've ever had as well. With the new addition of the vintage only category, we're taking things to a brand new level. We've never done the vintage only before. They were available for pre-order last month, just to kind of test the water a little bit, see how many people were interested. They ended up selling out in the March drop. So clearly there's a lot of you guys that want to take part. That's where the Audemars Piguet is. We have an ultra thin AP. You're going to see it in this video. It's in the £149 vintage only category. Now every watch in the vintage only is at least 30 years old. That is not the case for tier 1 and tier 2. They're not all vintage watches in those boxes. That would be almost impossible to do. We tried to set that out as an aim back in August, but since then, about 7 months ago, 8 months ago now, we've had to kind of pivot a little bit and make sure that there is still some modern watches in the tier 1 and tier 2 boxes. For example, in tier 1 this month, we've got an Orient Bambino, very well regarded as one of the best sort of entry-level dress pieces that money can buy in the world. That is in the tier 1 as an affordable option. It's a modern watch. It's an example of a modern piece in that category. I would love to include only vintage watches in every single category, but that would just be too hard to put together. You've got to understand that we make sure all these watches are keeping time. We'll make sure they're all working. We'll make sure they all come with a warranty card, that they're all ready for wear as well. To be able to do that by only using vintage watches is too tricky. It really is. We have to include some modern watches in there to make this possible. Furthermore, the condition of these watches is not always mint. I would love to include only mint condition watches in these drops, but when you're working with this type of budget to be able to put these drops together, you have to include some second-hand pieces in the mix as well. In regards to shipping, if you place an order this month for a tier 1, a tier 2, or a vintage only box, then you will get your watch shipped out between the 8th to the 10th of this month. Depending where you are, UK orders take like 3 to 5 days to arrive from then. International orders take like 5 to 7 days to arrive from then as well. Now, if you place a pre-order, which we're going to touch upon as well, that will then ship out in May, between the 8th to the 10th of May. We always try and get parcels posted out between the 8th to the 10th of each month. We've literally got no idea what's inside each of these boxes because they've been pre-packaged, and we have no idea who's getting each piece. The labels are also turned upside down, and then we literally just pick it off a pile, slap it on, it goes into a shipping bag, and it's ready to go. The pre-orders work in a few different ways. You can buy 1 monthly pre-order, which means that you have secured a watch from the May drop. That will then ship from the 8th to the 10th of May. The drops go absolutely crazy. There's so much demand for these mystery watches, so they just vanish off the website so quickly, and then there's only pre-orders available to buy after that. You can secure a pre-order for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So that means you are prepaying for your watch to arrive in May if you secure 1 monthly drop. If you secure 3 monthly drops, you will get 1 mystery watch each month. You'll get 1 in May, 1 in June, and 1 in July. Same thing for the 6 and the 12 months as well. You'll get 1 each month. There's nothing left for you to do apart from waiting for the watch to arrive and then letting us know what you got in your mystery box. I know I've just overloaded you guys with a ton of information, but it's time to get into the tier 1 category and show you every brand in this category. If you see one Rolex in the category, there's at least one Rolex. If you see one Casio, there's at least one Casio. If you see one Accurate, there's at least one Accurate. That's how these videos work. The same thing goes for tier 2 and the vintage only as well. So let's get into it. Let's show you guys every single brand in the tier 1 £69 category. Now that Rolex Oyster Date, which I think was one of the first watches that was shown in the video, it is possibly the best watch we've ever included in a mystery drop, according to our WhatsApp community. Everyone is going mental over that piece on Instagram and TikTok as well. They really want to secure that watch. It's in the £69 category. It's one of the 25 luxury pieces. There's 175 affordable options, and that was all of the brands in that tier. Moving on to tier 2, another crazy selection. There's only 50 watches in this category. 17 are from luxury brands and 33 are affordable pieces. Like I said, it's the exact same thing. If you see one Rolex, there's at least one Rolex. If you see one Accurate, there's at least one Accurate. Now, this is the first month we've ever included a Rolex in this tier. There's normally an Omega Speedmaster as kind of like the highest quality watch in this drop. We've replaced it this month with a Rolex Air King, just due to the feedback we were getting in our WhatsApp group, in our DMs on Instagram and TikTok as well. Everyone wanted to see a Rolex in the tier 2 category moving forward. But that's a little bit of an insight why there's a Rolex in the tier 2 category this month. Now, moving over to vintage only. I'm extremely excited to show you guys this category. It's got an Audemars Piguet in the mix. Bit of a spoiler, I know, but you must have seen it on Instagram already. It's an ultra thin vintage model. What a stunning watch it is. Let's get into it. It's the same thing as I've said for both tiers. If you see one Audemars Piguet, there's at least one Audemars Piguet. If you see one Accurate, there's at least one Accurate. There's at least one of each brand in the mix. That's just how the videos work. We're still trying to make this a mystery drop so you don't see every single piece, but you see every brand that you could receive. So yeah, that ultra thin AP is stunning. Since I've saw it and got it into stock for the next drop, I've wanted one in my own collection so bad. It's a beautiful watch. You can barely even feel it on your wrist. It's that light, super thin, as the name suggests, extremely accurate, keeping time, and 100% original, which is most important. Which one are you guys going to try and pick up? You can obviously secure one of each if you get the time and you're able to pick one up before they're gone. £69, that tier 1 category always sells out the quickest. I think in March it was like 45 seconds for that category. Then we did tier 2, that sold out I think within like 7 minutes. And then the vintage only category was only available for pre-order last month because, as I said, we were kind of testing things out a little bit, but it is available this month. There's 50 watches in that category, 20 are from luxury brands, and there's 30 affordable pieces. So you've got a better shot than you do in tier 2. If I had to pick and I was forced to choose, I think I would go for vintage only because I really want that AP so bad. It's now on my grail list. It's a watch I want to add in my own collection one day, or even like maybe just a different version of it that's a bit more affordable. I paid like £3,500 for that watch, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford it myself. And I don't know if I would spend £3,500 to get it, but that is the beauty of the vintage drops. Yes, you know, you might not go out and buy yourself an ultra thin AP. You might want a different AP instead. But, you know, when you get that AP in, it's not one that you would buy yourself, but you're definitely going to come to appreciate it over time. We only include watches that I would actually put in my own collection. I appreciate you guys taking part. I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe, and best of luck to everybody on April 5th.